From the Opupco Studios in Oklahoma City, you're watching The Press Row. I'm Jenny Carlson here with Barry Trammell. Time for our 5 and 5 segment. Barry, this week we talk about OU's title hopes, OSU's starting quarterback, and who we like among the Thunder newcomers. Let's get right to it. Let's start with OU, Barry. Are they back in the BCS? Really? We asked the question a week ago. Are they really back in the BCS?
Well, first of all, nice dress. Glad you could join us on your wedding day. But title hopes for OU, they're back on the fringe. They're not. I mean, they still got to help. They got to have some help, but they're at least in the discussion. I mean, got to win the Big 12. Got to, somehow got to get past Kansas State. Need some help elsewhere. But if the Sooners went out, they're at least in the discussion. And winning out does not seem near as a Herculean task as it did before a couple of weeks ago. The Sooners are playing really well. I think they're going to be favored in every game they play, with the possible exception of West Virginia. And so they got a fighting chance. So I wouldn't rule them out, but it's not going to be easy.
It seems like that West Virginia game it has again become the game that will decide the conference. You know, there for a few weeks it looked like that wasn't going to be the game to decide the conference, but I think it really could be. Although I think K-State, I mean, don't sleep on K-State. I think they're going to beat West Virginia this week. So there's K-State saying, hey, somebody's going to have to beat us to take that Big 12 championship away. But clearly if that happens, Oklahoma definitely in great position for the BCS. All right, Barry, what about OSU? Who's going to start at quarterback on Saturday? Do you know?
I'm like Sergeant Schultz. I know nothing. But just reading, I tell you, if Wes Lunt starts, then Todd Monken was a really good actor on Monday. Just listening to Monken talk and the way he just sort of matter-of-factly was talking about J.W. Walsh against Iowa State, it just made me think J.W. is going to be the quarterback this week. Now, I think it'd be a great move for OSU if Lunt can come back, because I think they need him. I think it'd be a great subterfuge move, because I think Iowa State's been planning for J.W. Walsh, but I'm guessing J.W. Walsh.
Yeah, and I think in my head I've sort of decided Wes Lunt's going to play, but I don't have a great sense of why. I think a lot of it has to do with him being on the sideline at Kansas in uniform. And all the coaches saying, we didn't bring him just to stand there. We brought him with the thought that we're going to play him if we need him. And I think they know this Iowa State game is a game where they're going to need him. They actually will need to do some things offensively that they're unable to do with J.W. Walsh. I mean, I like J.W.'s game, but he just doesn't have that arm strength to extend the defenses like Wes Lunt can. And you need that against Iowa State. So I think Wes Lunt starts, but, anything is possible at this point with the Cowboys quarterback situation. All right, on to the Thunder, Barry. Who most excites you among the Thunder newcomers? Who's most exciting amongst these guys?
Can I count Eric Maynor as a newcomer? If I can count Eric Maynor as a newcomer, it's Eric Maynor by a mile. Wow, I was really impressed with the way he played Tuesday night, and it was a comforting feeling if you're a Thunder fan. Oh yeah, I remember how good this guy was. 9 games into last season, he goes down with the ACL injury, lost for the year. And then the Thunder sort of pieced it together anytime Russell Westbrook wasn't on the court. Eric Maynor is back, changes everything with the B team. Love Eric Maynor. If you don't let me pick Eric Maynor, I'm going to have to go with, I guess, Daniel Orton. I really thought Daniel Orton was solid. He showed me a lot. I think he's going to have a tough time making the roster. Hashim Thabit's got his guaranteed contract, so that's a bad sign for Daniel Orton. But he showed me some things. I think he's got a future in the NBA.
Yeah, and I think some of those bigs, those are the guys that I think really need to bring it, because I'm still not on the Cole Aldrich bandwagon, Barry. I'm still not quite there that I think he's for sure that number 2 guy at center. So, I think it could definitely be Hashim Thabit. Although, if you talk to the guys on the Thunder beat, they love DeAndre Liggins. Think he's the next coming. I'm not sure I'm quite on board with how excited they are about him just yet. They're talking about maybe being better than Thabo Sefolosha.
Well,
come on.
Being a replica for Thabo, I don't see it myself. I mean, not too many Tabos out there. But no, they love DeAndre Liggins, and we'll see. It's going to be a great battle for that 15 spot. I don't know who they'll pick.
All right, Barry. What about our fun question of the week? This one, it's a Halloween question. What's your favorite Halloween costume? Now, I'm thinking you have worn this costume.
I think I've had one Halloween costume on in the last 42 years, I think. I actually went to like a masquerade party years and years ago.
Wow.
And I was a pirate, and I thought that was pretty cool.
Did you have like a sword and everything?
Sword and all kinds of stuff.
Nice, okay.
And here's the deal, eye patch, everything. When I was a kid, my brother would always come up with ideas for TV shows. And some of them were good, some of them weren't, but they were all inventive, and he said a TV show about pirates would be great. And then lo and behold, here in the last 10, 15 years, here comes Johnny Depp and the Pirates of the Caribbean and the series, just fabulous pirate movies. My brother, like always, ahead of his time. So, the pirate, I love the pirate.
Is the costume still around somewhere?
Oh no, he's rental city.
That's too bad. When I was a little girl, I was in dance class, and that meant you had to have some sort of tutu ensemble. And one Halloween, I dressed up as a ballerina, all the makeup and the hair in the bun, and yeah, that was a long time ago.
Let's do that next week. We'll come in costume. You come prepared. I'll come as a pirate. You come with your hair in a bun.
I'll come in my tutu. Well, we'll see what we can do. All right, lastly, back to OU football, Barry. Question about Mike Stoops. Has he really made as much difference as it looks like he's made defensively for the Sooners?
I assume not, because it looks like he's made a ton.
Yes.
And it's going to be hard, for the reality to match that. But he's clearly made a difference. Now, they've really only been tested a couple of times. Kansas State was not a great, that was a test. They didn't really pass with flying colors. 3 quarters of domination and then a fourth quarter breakdown. But that Kansas State offense is not what has hurt Oklahoma in the past few years. It's the aerial attacks, but OU did a great job against Tech, really put down the Red Raiders. And last week, of course, a total stunting of Texas, which had been great on offense. So to this point, it looks like Mike Stoops is, A+ is the grade for him. It's hard to imagine that he can make that much difference. He's going to be tested some more, but you know what? It's going to be a while. It's going to be November 10th. When the Sooners play Baylor, and November 17th, Sooners go to West Virginia. Those are going to be when the tests return. But as of now, it's A+.
Yeah, I think he's definitely made a big difference, but I think you also have to look at last year, the disappointments of last year, and guys realizing they didn't want to go through that again. So that's some of it. Guys committing, players committing to improving both on the field and off the field with their preparation. But Barry, we've heard a lot about simplifying, and I think in simplifying there wasn't a huge, it's not like Mike Stoops came in and blew up the scheme. He might have taken some things out, but in simplifying and in the preparation, I think that's where we've seen the biggest change. This is an aggressive defense. And a defense that's prepared is a defense that can be aggressive. And I think that's the biggest change we've seen, is just that aggression, that stonewalling of Texas. That's something we didn't see the last couple of seasons. I think that's where Mike Stoops has made the biggest difference. Hey, be sure to stay with the best coverage team anywhere at newsok.com and every day in the Oklahoman.